Week 2 college football final, and a fantastic finish is how we always kick off the program.
Let's go.
Mercyhurst and Howard. Adam Urain and a Cameron Barmore 22-yard touchdown. Mercyhurst up 31-27. Ensuing extra point, PAT's blocked by Derek Brown Jr. returned nearly the length of the field for 2 points.
Special teams are critical. Larry Scott's got that Howard team.
You know something bad is coming.
Howard now trails 31-29. Kenny Gallup Jr. goes.
Oh, got tired.
Next Howard drive. Final seconds. Dylan West.
How did he not block it?
Oh, my goodness.
And that is a fantastic finish. Howard wins 32.
That might be my favorite part of the program right there.
Fantastic finish.
I love the fantastic finish.
They went back and forth, and we are here to say hi, hello to you. Week 2 of the college football season. Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry. This was one of those weeks where you had to look at a couple of games and say, you know what? Is this going to be a letdown week? Is this going to be a week where you get to know teams? Is this going to be a week where a conference like the Big 12 comes out of nowhere and says, you know what? There's some things we're going to talk about, but we're going to start in South Bend with perhaps the biggest surprise we've seen in quite some time. Guys, remember last week, Notre Dame, Texas A&M locked them into the playoffs.
Huge win. They're going to win the rest of their games.
Riley Leonard puts them up 7-0.
And this is what you get with Riley Leonard. He can run the football. He's athletic.
But then you get this from Ethan Hampton. Took a hit. Ontario Brown, 83 yards.
Yeah, look at the big man rumbling down the field, the running back, showing soft hands catching the ball. But he also ran for 99 yards in this game.
7-7. Here we go. Notre Dame wasn't leading most of the game until Jeremiah Love.
Love, 11 carries, over 70 yards in this touchdown. Then you feel like this is Notre Dame's game. They got momentum.
Me love you long time. Riley Leonard picked off by Marion Knight.
Yeah, the second interception of the game. He has not looked very good throwing the football this year.
All right,
being
so
nice, Coach.
here we go. 3rd and 2. This was a bizarre
This
sequence.
is terrible.
First down? Where's the official coming?
That is a first down.
I don't get it.
He's saying you're going to get $1. You see the coach?
Yeah,
I
have no idea how that
The
was
magic,
the first down.
Notre Dame magic's going to blow this
Cannon
wide.
Woodle, college kicker situation. Woodle, stiff. 16-14, hooks it just inside the upright. Mitch Jeter, 62
Don't
yards
touch
later.
it. Don't touch it.
First win against an
celebrate.
AP top 10 team. Go get it, Northern Illinois. Their head coach, by the way, an alum. What a win.
I'm so proud of our kids, the coaches, just everybody. They believed. They believed. And we came here and got it done. They listened to what I said. I told them all week, we don't need luck. We just got to be our best. And they was their best today. And we was able to get it done.
As coaches and players, we got to own it. We got to fix it. I've been here. We've been here before, right? We've been here before. Now it's time to get it fixed.
Like both coaches wanted to cry after that one.
Boy, it's gonna get cold early in Notre Dame. Deion Sanders, coach. Time. We're already calling him Patrick Mahomes. Liz Galloway has his breakdown tapes. Colorado, Nebraska. Colorado's won 3 in a row against Nebraska. Shedeur Sanders, it was a rough night.
And that looks like last year's offensive line. They couldn't protect him last year. They didn't protect him in this game.
And this looks like shades of Tom Osborne, Nebraska.
Yeah, it's a different look in Nebraska this year with the physicality of how they're running the football.
7-0 lead, and again, Joey, there was just no punch for Colorado offensively.
Yeah, no. 4th and 1, they couldn't protect their quarterback. I don't know to run up the middle is the way you want to go.
What is this?
So I throw a hitch late to the field, right?
You can't throw a hitch late. That corner's like, is that the football coming at me?
That was Tommy Hill. We had the dollar animation. We may have given him one. Shedeur, that is. Dylan Raiola, the much-hyped true freshman, showed him a minute ago. Jalen Lloyd, 36 yards.
Yeah, Raiola went 23 of 31, 85, very efficient, and looked poised leading his team.
This has to be concerning. If you were Colorado and made O-line an emphasis in the offseason, and this is how it looked, and then here you go, Ramir Johnson. Watch this.
Now, this is a bit of luck. This is when it's your night. You know it's your night when that happens.
And it was Nebraska's night. They snapped the losing streak to Colorado. They win 28-10.
Not many people thought we were going to beat them by this much. It wasn't really a contest in the second half. Defense played great. Apparently we got a lot of penalties in the second half. Called back some big long runs, but we're going to have to play a lot better. We're going to play some really good teams. Let me say this. I'm hopeful and prayerful that Shiloh and Shedeur are both okay. Unfortunate. It's a good team. We're just going to play better moving forward.
It's a statement win for Matt Rule, year 2. Colorado's trying to figure things out, but still, what a difference a year makes. This year in Lincoln relative to last year, Matt Rule and company turned the tables, ordered the Buffaloes to just 10 points while forcing a pair of turnovers. This time last year was when Colorado Fever was sweeping the nation. Nebraska put that to bed in one game. Let's keep it in the Big 12 because, again, Oklahoma State, one of the teams people ID'd that perhaps could win the conference championship.
Man.
Here, Isaiah Satania for Arkansas.
You got to yell poison. Those guys don't know the ball's coming.
Here's where the momentum switched, Joe, because Brennan Presley, they were down this entire game. Touchdown, 2-point ties it.
Yeah, Arkansas was up huge, and that was a huge swing because of all of the turnovers. Arkansas had 3 of them in the second half.
And then Pokes take the lead, 28-21. Here comes Wu Pig. Taylor Green, a big day. Luke has 43-yard touchdown, ties it 28.
Yeah, Green threw for over 400 yards in this game. They looked like Arkansas was going to run away with it. Then they turned the ball over.
And we needed 2 overtimes to do it. Ollie Gordon takes over in the second.
Yeah, only 49 yards in the game, but he had all the points in overtime.
32 points, 308 yards in the second half for Oklahoma State. They get the 2-point conversion. Arkansas wouldn't convert on their next possession. And Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State, here you have it here in the second overtime. Good defense to end it.
Got to be able to get a fourth and they get a lot of fourth and ones got stopped today.
Mike Gundy, well, they escaped 39-31.
Coach, how were you able to silence Arkansas's offense when it mattered the most?
We made really good adjustments at halftime. The coaches stayed calm and the players listened, and they came out and executed and made adjustments on the changes we made at halftime.
You have one of the most experienced teams in college football. How did that show up today?
It made a big difference. There really wasn't any panic with the coaches, and there wasn't any panic with the players. We're in a tough situation. You know, we're down 14. They're playing really good, very well-coached team, so it's not easy, but our guys stayed the course.
Okay, so Oklahoma State, the big win. Utah, the newcomer. A lot of people think, can come in year one and win the league. And Money Parks, probably a big reason why. 28-yard touchdown from Money.
That play fooled everybody, including the cameraman. Utah got out to a great start, 17 points in the first quarter.
Oh, no.
You know, Kyle Whittingham's teams, they're going to play defense, they're going to play special teams.
77 yards. Look at this.
Nothing but offensive linemen out there on the field goal team, so who's going to catch him?
A high five going into the end zone.
I will say, though, this is something to watch. Cam Rising, after he got hit with the Gatorade, the bath and the jug, he had to leave the game with a hand injury. He was injured all last year, out of the
that's
uniform.
all it was.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him throughout the week. Utah would win 23-12. Okay, so more Big 12 because, like I said, it was a party on Saturday. Tulane, every bit of the fight. Darian Mensah to Alex Bowman. Tulane takes a 27-20 lead.
Yeah, great throw, kept it high, and he was scrambling, extending plays all day long, making those type of throws.
Dylan Edwards and Kansas State come back to tie it.
Yeah, K-State ran the ball for 215 yards in this game, and it was the difference.
And it was the difference. Also, Coach, defensively, Kansas State stepped up after a rocky first half.
Put the ball away, Coach. What are you coaching them?
You know, but Kansas State was down 20-10. Instead of panicking, they stuck with what they do. They're physical, they play defense, they create the turnover to get the win.
That's a good win for Chris Kleiman and Tulane on the road, or in Kansas State on the road, 34-27. Rock Chalk Jayhawk, another team, maybe a sleeper. Going to Illinois is not an easy place to play. Picked off by Xavier Scott.
Once again, these throws out to the flat cannot come out late. Those are easy touchdowns.
That's the second interception of the day. He might be sticker worthy. And then Jalen Daniels to Lawrence Arnold, Kansas regains the lead.
Yeah, they're ranked. If you want to be a ranked team and stay ranked, you've got to find a way to win tough games on the road.
Has Luke Altmaier been playing for 15 years?
For at least 15 years.
He was there when Red Grange was there.
And he got the big win.
More on Red Grange later. Illinois in the upset. 23-17, first time they started 2-0 in the Brett Bielema era. You guys want to do the Cy-Hawk?
Sure.
What was the point? What was the point total in this game? 36. All right. Caleb Johnson put 7 on the board, 27 yards.
New explosive Iowa offense right there. That's 7 in the first quarter.
Guys,
we're on our way.
I'm just telling you, like, this Rocco Beck-led offense for Iowa State early on struggled.
That is
Jay
so
Higgins.
Iowa. They do what they do. They play that zone coverage, and they get interceptions every single week.
All right, what's the point total? 36. Now we're in the third.
Let's go.
Back to
grab.
Higgins, 13-7.
Yeah, back shoulder. Got a big receiver, gave him a chance, and he rewarded the quarterback.
Back to Jalen Noel, 75 yards. That was 19-14.
You don't normally see coverage bust from Iowa, but they're starting to bust. They're coming apart at the seams. You don't see this from them at home.
Here comes the offense. Back to Noel again. Field goal range for 54 yards, 9 seconds left. college kicker situation. Kyle Conradi. Ball game.
Hits the O.
Cy-Hawk. Point total and a win for the kicker.
Now, we got our guy right here, Kyle. Congratulations. The Cy-Hawk trophy is now in your possession. How are you going to celebrate with your guys?
Man, we're going to celebrate this one, but this is just another game on our block, and so we're going to go in the next week, prepare for this bye week and getting ready for week 4.
Congratulations. Get over here, Kyle.
How we doing?
What was going through your mind when you were stepping up there, redshirt freshman? This is really the first time you're playing football in forever. So what were you thinking?
Yes. Honestly, I didn't really have time to think. It's just a great moment. I just got to do my job. Just can't do anything else. So.
Did you have all the confidence in the world?
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
So the All-State playoff predictor after a wild day gives UCF the best chance to reach the play.
UCF.
Huh. That was a curveball.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that for the graph to say. The Knights have a 31% chance to reach the playoff. The Wildcats right behind them at 29%. That's why I tend to be very critical of the playoff predictor. Neither here nor there. That's for another show later down the road. But when you look at this Big 12, Coach, in all seriousness, this is a conference where I think we could look top to bottom and say, you know what, there's about 8 of these 16 teams that could compete and win.
And they had a lot of success today. And success this year in these intra-conference games is more important than it's been in the past, because before we've been arguing who are the top 4 teams. You're arguing a no-loss or a 1-loss team. This year, you're going to be arguing for those final playoff spots at the end of the year, 2- and 3-loss teams, and you're going to be looking at how your conference did, comparing against other conferences, and the Big 12 had a lot of big wins against other Power 4 conferences today.
I think we feel a tiny bit different about what today was for the Big 12 because of the teams they beat, Tulane, Iowa, and Arkansas. So we're not talking about the top teams, powerhouses. So I don't know how much that's going to matter. Those are wins, great wins. Iowa State, great job of coming back. Rocco Beck
on the road,
terrific in the second half. Great comeback. K-State had to come back, change their defense in the second half. They came back. Oklahoma State came back. So it is a great win for these teams. I don't know how much at the end of the day we'll look back at these games and they'll really matter.
And you wonder with the parity in this league, and it's almost the same way in the ACC, that it's kind of dog-eat-dog as the season goes on. They start playing those conference games. It looks well and good now, but you're going into the conference championship. We know the Power 4 conference champions get in. And speaking of the Big 12, the team that used to run this league for years, Texas, the defending champs, well, they're off to the SEC, and they were off to the Big House Saturday, and boy, did they make a statement. And speaking of SEC, the greatest to ever do it, Nick Saban, an honor today at Bryant-Denny Stadium, where he will live forever. That and more, Week 2 College Football
Final is brought to you by Verbo Private Vacation Rentals. Relax, you booked a Verbo.
Dan Mullen, Joey Galloway, Matt Berry back with you. 2 of the winningest programs in college football history. College Game Day was there. Ben was there, the Labrador, the Stars. It was a big game, and then it kicked.
Yeah, for about 10 minutes.
And then Quinn Ewers in Texas just did what they wanted when they wanted.
It had all the makings of a big game. 2 top 10 teams. But one of these teams was much better than the other.
Gunnar Helms was active early on for Ewers. Great pocket presence to step up and find the tight end.
And that's where he looked so comfortable, keeping his eyes down the field, the poise in the pocket. Watch a little slide up, eyes are down the field the whole time. And he has so many weapons, he doesn't have to focus on one. He's going to take what the defense gives him.
7-0 Texas. Later, Ewers to Quintavian Wisner, out of bounds at the 20 in a gain of 18. Later in the drive, 2nd and goal. Again, Joe, weapons everywhere. This one, Jarrett Gibson.
And this is a really good Michigan defense. The problem was they were on the field a long time in this first half, and Texas wore them down.
And offensively, I don't know what adjective is strong enough. It's not good.
This is why they were on the field a long time. Even Colson, their best player, just
Loveland,
dropping a ball. Loveland dropping the ball right there.
And then Ewers in Texas not having that problem. Matthew Golden here for the touchdown.
And Texas was 8 out of 10 on 3rd downs in the first half. If you do that, you're having a lot of success.
And then Ryan Wingo, the youngster, takes it 55 yards.
You throw a freshman in that's a speedster. That was his only carry of the game.
He's averaging 55 yards a carry in this game.
Guys, here's how big this was for Texas. This was their largest road win against a top 10 team since 1979. And just for good measure, Jaden Blue.
Yeah, Michigan turned the ball over 3 times. They have no shot with that offense.
What a win for Bevo. 31-12 on the road. Sark and Quinn Ewers know just how big it was.
Well, I liked our poise and composure. We knew that was going to be needed today. It's a really good team. They're a really physical team. I thought we handled the environment early on and found our rhythm.
Coach Sark harped on, how much our poise and composure was going to help us in this game. And ultimately, that's what happened. We stayed poised. We had a couple false starts and holding penalties, but overall, I think we played a pretty clean game. And whenever we play clean games like that, we're a hard team to stop.
And Quinn, I'll take it one step further. Every time you play in week 2 in a big game, you shine. Last year, 3 touchdowns, no picks in a win over Alabama and Tuscaloosa. Saturday with another 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in a win over Michigan at the Big House. And as I said before, offensively for the Wolverines,
it sucks because you come into this game and you know there's a lot on the line. You want to get a win, and so got to take a long, hard look in the mirror at what type of team we want to be, who we want to be.
So we got to make plays for the quarterback as well, and we got to keep the protection clean. And protection wasn't a big issue all night, so but we've got to do a great job just executing as a whole offense. It can't just be one person here and there. It's got to be a whole collective effort.
And Sharon Moore is about to figure out real quick what it looks like when Jim Harbaugh leaves for the NFL, takes some of the staff to the NFL, takes the offensive line to the NFL, takes the quarterback to the NFL, takes Blake Corum to the NFL. But yet people are trying to sell us that Michigan was a top 10 team, and the departures caught up with them today, Joey, against a really, really good Texas squad.
They got a lot to figure out. In the past couple years, they've been a more physical football team that could run the football. J.J. McCarthy could then manage the game.
That's right.
They've been good on the defensive side. Now they're a different football team, has to figure out a different way to do it with a new quarterback in Davis Warren. And so when you look at them play offensively, it is hard to tell what they're actually trying to accomplish. They can't run the ball. They had 80 yards rushing against Texas. That's not going to get it done for Michigan, and it's not going to get it done for a young quarterback.
Go with Orji.
Hey, look, you can go with who you want. Right now, their offense line is not real good.
Yeah.
If you can't run the football with a young quarterback, it doesn't matter.
Chance.
You have to be able to run it. Defense is really good, but they can't leave him on the field. They can't turn it over 3 times. They got USC coming in 2 weeks. Trouble.
It's going to get late early for Michigan the year after winning the national championship. On the other side of this, we just talked about this with Texas, who did this a year ago against Alabama. They look every bit as good as they were.
Yeah, they don't have an identity crisis. They have a quarterback that looks completely comfortable in everything he's doing, never panicked. He's taking what the defense gives him. He's got speed and all over the field. He's got great receivers. Bolden, Golden, and Bond.
There you
ball
go.
firm coming in there. He's got a great tight end that had a huge day today. They can run the football. And more importantly, they are physical on the defensive side of the ball. They went in to the Big House on a mission. Michigan's identity has been run the football. It still is run the football.
Absolutely.
And they completely made Michigan one-dimensional at home.
What dimension was that?
Well, we're really zero-dimensional.
Which one dimension did they make them?
Slow. The slow dimension and the insuggestion.
Hey, look, Texas, they got 3 more games. We could get those out the way. Then they got OU and Georgia back to back.
That's what it's made.
We just get those next 3 out the way.
I can't
Let's
wait
have some
for
fun.
yeah, that's going to be fun with Texas. But you bring in those new weapons to look that comfortable as they do in week 2. Hats off to Sark and Texas. Go on the road, Big House, and get the win. You had better start paying attention to another orange team that starts with T. It is Tennessee. It is a big T. They were the Dukes Mayo Classic in Charlotte, and their offense, Dylan Sampson, I mean, it was good old Rocky Top all night.
Well, their offense starts with the run game, but this is what's been impressive with them. Their defense early in this season.
Pick 6 here, Will Brooks. NC State was 10-3, moving the ball, looked like they were going to score, and that was really what opened the floodgates for the Volunteers, Joey. And then as we've seen before, Nico Iamaleava, he's good.
Yeah, Tennessee dominated this game on both sides, and it didn't even really feel like a game. NC State had 143 yards of total offense. They turned it over 3 times. This didn't feel like a game from the start.
No, Tennessee is an absolute dominant. If they play defense with Josh Heupel's offense and the explosiveness they are on offense, and they can shut you down defensively, watch out for Tennessee.
3rd largest win over a ranked team in program history. That was a statement. Georgia, Tennessee Tech.
This is going to be a statement.
Tennessee Tech.
What are we doing? Carson Beck, Dylan Bell, 22 yards.
Carson Beck is throwing for 5 touchdowns. That's what we're doing.
It's Tennessee Tech.
Tennessee Tech.
Arian Smith, 50-yard touchdown.
There's another one. Georgia didn't cover, though.
They did not.
They did not cover. They didn't do their job.
Tech.
It was up in the fifth.
This is a down game for Georgia. Shame on them.
Yeah, well, it's their 41st consecutive regular season victory.
It ain't bad.
Yeah. There's guys over
Lost it,
everywhere.
lucky, yeah. 48-3. We'll coach them on something. They got the win at home as expected. What a night in Tuscaloosa. Nick Saban, Bryant-Denny Stadium. It is now Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's what happens when you're there for 17 years, 9 SEC championships, 6 national championships. Of course, he won the 1 at LSU for 7 total. It was a little bit sputtery early on for Alabama here. Jalen Milroe puts him up 7-3.
Yeah, but that's what's good to see. They haven't taken away what he does so well, which is run the football.
Now 7-6. Milroe puts him up 14-6.
This is the second year in a row that USF has played Alabama really close.
I mean, they really have. Look, they grab it here 14-13 after the touchdown, and it's a close game.
It's late. It's in the fourth.
Yeah. And you're with them in a Nick Saban night. We're going to do this, and then they fumble the ball, Coach.
3 turnovers, 13 penalties, very un-Saban-like game by Alabama.
As Saban watches on, and then 1-point game, Kobe Prentice, that kind of started to let people exhale a little bit.
Now you're starting to see the superior athletes of Alabama take over this game.
But what's amazing, you look at this final score, and you're like, well, that was no problem.
Yeah, you would never know that this was a really good game for 3.5 quarters.
One-score game with under 6 minutes to go, and then 28 late points by Alabama.
Oh, Jam Miller here, 56 yards.
This is good. Watch the cut. Watch the cut. One little cut. Now watch the speed.
Like the tackle.
Get away.
It's where fatigue of South Florida gets in. Like you said, Alabama has the superior athletes. Started to run away with this one.
Another one.
42-16 the final.
USF would win a lot of football games if they can play this close to Alabama 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's going to finish one of them. But the thing that was finished tonight in front of Nick Saban, the honor he got in the field being named after him.
Thank you so much. I hope that this field being honored in our name is representative of how we represented the University of Alabama and you, the fans, who've given us some of the greatest memories anybody could ever imagine by being your coach for 17 years in the greatest traditional program ever in America when it comes to football. We thank you so much. God bless you, and roll Tide.
What a night for Nick Saban and his family. And Ohio State, name your number. Travion Henderson, 3 yards up the gut against Western Michigan, 7-0.
Had a feeling they was going to try to establish the run in this game. Not happy with the way they ran it in week 1, and they did establish the run.
By the way, are you serious with this true freshman, Jeremiah Smith?
He's pretty special. They threw for 410 yards, though, establishing the run. 3 different quarterbacks combined for that number.
70-yard touchdown there, and then Quinshon went over 100 tonight, Joe.
Yeah, Quinshon, 9 carries, 108 yards, but Ohio State ran the ball for 273 yards. So, of course, they did a little bit of everything.
56-0.
Whatever they
Buckeyes, whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted. That wasn't the case for Penn State against Bowling Green. This one, a little dicey in Happy Valley. Connor Bazelak to Harold Fannin Jr. Bowling Green up 7-0.
Ziggy Zumba early in this game. BG firing away.
There's Bazelak again. Now, guys, it's 17-7 after the Malcolm Johnson touchdown.
At this point right here, we said, hey, put that on the main screen.
We did.
We got something brewing. Give us this game on the main screen.
Like Maction's usually reserved for midweek, but it was all Bowling Green early. Then Drew Aller here to Omari Evans, 29-yard touchdown.
Yeah, the Penn State offense still was able to move the ball, but they were trying to keep up with the scoring of Bowling Green.
Jamal Johnson. They kept fighting Bowling Green back on top.
And Bowling Green did not have a problem moving the ball early on. Now, late they need some plays they didn't make, but they looked really good early in this game.
And late, it was Nicholas Singleton who stepped up big.
Yeah, it was the touchdowns they got late, but their defense woke up, holding Bowling Green to 81 yards, creating 2 turnovers in the second half, and letting their playmakers put the game away.
And here we go.
Penn State trailed by 4 at the half and won. First time overcoming a halftime deficit to win a game since December 12th. 2020. All it was a victory, and they got it 34-27. USC, after the big win against LSU, no letdown, but Oregon again. Big Ten after dark. You got to see it when we come back. Ten After Dark, and like its predecessor, Pac-12 After Dark. You never know what's going to happen. Things can get weird. Wouldn't you know it was Oregon, Pac-12, who made this thing interesting now in the Big Ten. Dylan Gabriel trying to get the win. Ashton Jeanty, a couple big games already here. 8-yard touchdown to put Boise State up 34-27.
And he's had a huge start to the season. 192 yards, 3 touchdowns in this game.
So after Boise State takes the lead, Joseph, this is the ensuing kickoff. Noah Whittington, he's going to grab it at the goal line, and guess what he's going to do with it?
Bring it out. Let's
100 yards.
Not enough people return kicks anymore. I don't know why they start fair catching kickoffs. The only chance to take one to the house is to bring it out.
Some great blocking. They
Let's
work
go.
hard at it.
When we go back, that's what we're going to teach them. Bring it out.
Bring it out.
It's a legendary moment for Atticus Sappington, and the legendary name, tied at 34, no college kicker situation.
None. There hasn't been any college kicker situation today. Great day for kickers.
I'm proud of the kickers today. 37-34, Oregon, again, survived. That's all that matters. USC coming off the win against LSU. The offenses looked good. It did again Saturday night with Quentin Joyner.
Yeah, no letdown for USC. The huge win against LSU to open the season in Vegas. No letdown the following week.
Nope, they head home and they roll. To the ACC now, Georgia Tech and Syracuse. You talk about surprise teams. That's Dwight Freeney getting his jersey retired, number 54. He's a Hall of Famer. Kyle McCord and Rondé Gadsden. I got to tell you, these two have been electric.
Is he the best transfer yet so far this year?
I mean,
a 4-touchdown day.
Yeah, and then here he is again, 31-14, but then Georgia Tech comes back. They get it to 31-28.
Watch this, though. To seal out the game, McCord, big-time play on 3rd and 10, hits the slant.
It's time to start talking about Syracuse. They've got the quarterback and the talent to do it. They get the win. You know what? Some teams huddle, but we don't. The no huddle. We're going to whip around the country when we return. Welcome back, college football final. Name your number day for Ole Miss taking on Middle Tennessee State. Henry Parrish Jr. touchdown. Toddy up 17-0.
Parrish had 14 for 165. 14.
Does it mean we're going to see him a lot?
We might see him later.
There he is. Yeah, Parrish Jr. and Ole Miss. This offense, Jackson Dart throwing darts again.
Only one touchdown.
Wells.
One touch, 377, but only that one TD.
Yeah, we're getting spoiled.
Sad.
52-3, Rebels. Yup. Mizzou at Murray State week 1. They get Buffalo out of the MAC. Luther Burden will end around quick for him, 10-0.
Luther Burden, one of the best receivers in college football. He's fun to watch.
Coach, we got to call them week 1 between Luther Burden and Theo Weiss. Missouri's a team that needs to be taken seriously.
They absolutely are, but like all these other teams we talk about, they play defense. They only gave up 169 yards. They still have not given up a point this season.
And Brady Cook, he's a very good quarterback. They've got everything, Joey, they can want offensively.
They do. If you're trying to nitpick, they had 10 penalties in this game. That would be a problem if you're playing a better team than Buffalo.
MVP that goes to the AD on that schedule to start it.
38-0. That's right. Missouri's schedule we've talked about is pretty favorable. What about Oklahoma? Jackson Arnold. I mean, this was quick. 13:05, 2 minutes off the clock to Brennan Thompson, 7-0 Sooners.
This is the same Houston team that got beat by UNLV, so it's probably going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, it was 14-3, just like that.
14-3.
Jake Roberts, TD.
You're expecting putting up Jackson Arnold come in, put up big numbers like he did last week.
But here comes Donovan Smith and Joseph Manjack, 44 yards. It's now 14-12.
Pretty close game, and it's getting late. It was surprisingly more of a defensive game than you would have expected.
Yep.
2-point conversion, misfires, under 2 to go.
Oh,
you can't do it. You can't do it. 16-12, Oklahoma survives against Willie Fritz in Houston. All right, you guys ready for some hurry up?
Yep, let's go.
I love a hurry up and a no huddle. We don't huddle. We had Michigan State, Maryland. Aiden Childs transferred in from Oregon State with Jonathan Smith to Nick Marsh. This game was great. Ties the game with a 77-yard strike.
Marsh had 8 catches, 195 yards, and this touchdown, and that is a terrific throw.
Here we go, college kicker situation. 5 seconds left. Jonathan Kim lining up for the go-ahead field goal.
We didn't have any college kickers.
We really didn't. Ball game, Michigan State, 27-24. Good win for Jonathan Smith in Sparty in this one. All right, LSU coming off the loss to USC, Nicholls State. Early on, it was a fight. Garrett Nussmeier here to Kyron Lacey.
Yeah, and Lacey gets banged up on the play, but as you said, it was 23-21 in the second half. LSU exploded for 21 points in the third.
44-21 the final there. Let's visit Jacksonville State, Louisville. Chris Bell, Tyler Shuck finds him. Louisville wins 49-14. Did he? What did he have?
349 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not bad.
Not bad. Look,
not too bad.
Against Rich Rod and Jacksonville State. Clemson trying to rebound from Georgia at home, taking on Appalachian State. Hey, Cade Klubnik and the Clemson offense. Here we go.
Yeah, he must have got upset of us saying he can't get the ball vertically down the field. He threw for 378, 5 touchdowns. Saying, look at the explosive plays.
Yeah, look at the offense. Got to get some of that swagger back in Death Valley. 66-20. Cade with the fired up one. This one, I mean, this is an eye-opener. South Carolina struggled against ODU, playing Kentucky on the road, and it was an absolute beatdown.
And everything from the very beginning went South Carolina's way, and they dominated this game.
31-6. Cocky gets the win on the road, 2-0 now on the year. We're still in a no-huddle situation. Cal and Auburn. This also chalked up as a surprise, with Cal making the trip to the Plains and outplaying Auburn and winning.
Yeah, Auburn turned it over 5 times. Great Cal defense. Big ACC win over the SEC.
21-14. Another game that came down to the wire. Pitt trails 27-25. They were down big. Eli Holstein to Conate Mumpfield finds him at the 19. First down. Here we go, Joe.
Oh, you know where it's going, right down the middle. Hey, today the kickers were on the money.
Ben Sauls. Better call Sauls. Pitt wins 28-27. It is time to go to the classroom. We are going to the final exam of what was a very entertaining week 2 in college football. Plus, you want one in your wallet, you just don't.
Don't
Goodness gracious.
Well, we're giving dollars out. The class, students, my pupils, Daniel Mullen, Joseph Scott Galloway, back from their week off in recess. I am the esteemed Dr. Barry. Students, thank you for coming back for another week in class. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Our first question in today's final exam in week 2 of college football. After week 2, the team people aren't talking about but should is, yes, Daniel.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Wow.
The Tennessee Volunteers, and here's why, Dr. Barry.
Thank you.
We're always talking about Josh Heupel, Nico Iamaleava, the offense. They did score 51 points today against NC State. But defensively, they have a smothering, dominant defense. They held NC State to 143 total yards. They scored a defensive touchdown, created 3 turnovers. We know they can score points, but if they play defense at this level all year, everyone should be talking about the Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee, one of the trendy picks to click, but now getting the attention. I like your pick, Daniel. Great job. Joseph, the team people aren't talking about but should is?
Syracuse is interesting to me. They're 2-0. Yes, they're interesting. Kyle McCord is playing outstanding football. They came from Ohio State. He transferred. People were surprised he left Ohio State because he played well there. Now through 2 games for Syracuse, he has 8 touchdowns, 4 in each game. Now, they knocked off Georgia Tech this weekend, which is a huge win. Look at the rest of their schedule. They have 2 ranked teams. NC State is one of those teams that's ranked. They just lost to Tennessee. And so NC State won't even be ranked.
Right.
Then they have Miami at the end of the season at home. That's the only rank now. We can say this about a lot of ACC schools.
We can't. The ACC's loaded now.
It's wide open.
Yeah.
But I'm going Syracuse because Kyle McCord is playing terrific football.
It's another surprise coming out of the ACC. I love the way that conference looks for a competitive balance. Right. Question 2 in the CFB final exam. After week 2, if I were buying stock, I'd give it all my money to Joseph Scott.
Listen to me, people.
You don't talk
Everyone
to your peers like that.
is going to be telling you that your team is out of it. That's the old school way of thinking. When 4 teams get in. Now that 12 teams get in, everybody's still alive. Even Virginia Tech that Matt picked to be in the playoff that lost their first game. So if you're Clemson, Texas A&M, Colorado who just lost, Michigan who just lost.
Notre Dame?
Notre Dame who just lost at home to Northern Illinois. There are a lot of teams already with 1 loss. And all we've talked about is there will be teams with 2 losses getting in. There's only 5 spots that are guaranteed. Other than that, 7 more teams. So if your team has lost 1 game, it's not over. You're still in this thing. If Notre Dame wins the rest of their games, I guarantee you, they're getting in the look. Florida State's still alive.
You're great. You're great at the end of that answer. It's going to reflect it. That's going to reflect
Florida
it,
State
Joseph.
might be dead. Sorry.
Okay. You're buying stock of that. Yes, Daniel.
I'd give my money to the Big 12 Conference getting 2 teams in the college football playoff. The Big 12 Conference today had a lot of tests. Oklahoma State, a test, came out on top win. Iowa State, test, came out on top with the win. Utah, test, came out on top with the win. Kansas State, a test, came on with a win. The Big 12 Conference in non-conference games showed that they can hang with anybody in the country. It's going to be competitive to the end, and they are going to have the opportunity to get 2 teams in that college football playoff, as Joey said, where everyone is still.
Everyone's alive.
And look, people thought maybe the Big 12 was a 1 bid league, but you're putting all your cash on that after week 2 in a 2-bid league. Now, this is where you, the students, I'd like to give you some time to cooperate and have some fun with everybody. The final question is extra credit, okay? We're going to put up 2 fans who went above and beyond at their particular game today. This fella at the Utah game, this nice young lady at the Kentucky game. Worth pointing out, the Kentucky fan, they were already getting beat down to South Carolina by that point, and she was still going strong. So pupils, I ask you as we roll the video, which fan went above and beyond and gets the extra credit on the college football final exam? It's TV, you can talk.
I'm going to go with Utah.
Utah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she.
I flashed my Utah sign up
Yeah,
there.
it's terrible dancing by both.
Yeah.
But the guy has no shirt on.
That guy was an absolute legend.
Yes.
He went above and beyond for his team today. Utah getting the win. It is time for the final grade. Daniel, because of your answer in the Big 12 and the stock, I am giving you today in the final exam a B+. Joseph Galloway.
I will throw this apple at you. It better
Because
be an A.
you think Notre Dame is still alive.
Let's go.
After losing to NIU at home.
I'm gonna throw this
Sir, your final exam grade is a C. Daniel Mullen, congratulations.
There's
you
the
were
apple for
today's
the
top
teacher
pupil.
today.
Class is dismissed. Week 2, college football final exam. You want it in your wallet, you just don't want it from us. Go! Oh! There's the new one, right? Point. Iowa's
There's
new
that
offense.
pass.
Did he just flirt with the cheerleaders of the opposing
He
team?
is a college kid. I
Save
get
it
it.
for Tinder. That's $1. $1 is a fine for something you did wrong or embarrassing. Joey, what happened here?
Look at the spot. The ball is 2 yards. I mean,
there's no one even there.
Game on the line.
But
The
they
whole line,
held up the
there's only
spot.
This is because they couldn't go back and fix it, but he got to do better than that.
That is $1. That wasn't even in the ballpark close. $1 for the officials. All right, big game. Tulane, Kansas State, big play. Here we go. 34-27. Ready?
Home.
What happened? What happened?
on the line.
Like, did they take their shirt off and put it over it? $1 to the towel, the cover, the camera, whatever that is, with drama on the line. Oh, big one, Cyhawk. Things can get testy.
Yeah. Getting chippy. We're getting chippy.
Oh, no. Do we have another flop?
Whoa!
Oh, that's a...
Rolled all the way over.
With the back foot, did he land it, stick it? Nope.
Look at this guy.
That's awful. The horns down hat, and they're playing.
They
are playing the Bulls.
That is presented without comment. I mean, he just gets $1 for being him. This is look at this guy.
Where do you get this outfit?
What a champion in life.
I think you got to go outside the country to find this outfit.
Watch the shorts. Watch his pull. First of all, he's got a sleeve of tattoos.
Oh, he's
That's
coordinated.
$1 for having swag.
He hasn't had a bad day in his life.
Look at the shorts.
Good match.
What an absolute badass.
Look at this.
This is the ghost of Red Grange at Illinois.
Red lost his step.
Where'd they find the kid? That dude can go.
We've been told he's only lost twice, and tonight was one of them, and the student got it.
They might try to sign that kid up. He was rolling.
They may as well. We go from the worst to the best. Dollars in a good way. The top plays from a busy week 2 in college football. Plus, it is the most coveted individual award in sport. It is the college football final helmet sticker. We put a bow on this show when we return. Bouts to top plays week 2. Army fake punt. Matthew Rhodes, the holder. Look at that athlete.
Man, who says holders aren't athletes?
Let's go.
I was waiting on something to happen. I thought he was going to pitch it or something.
No, man. My man's going to take it himself.
Right, we'll take it. It's number 5.
24-7 the final. Number 4, Valparaiso, Youngstown State. Valparaiso's Karen Tyler.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Did he get there?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, nice play.
That wasn't even a helicopter.
This is a good one.
Landed it.
And gets in the end zone.
Landed on feet like a cat.
That's pretty impressive.
Valparaiso would lose, though. 59-25. That's a good number 4. Kansas and Illinois. Zachary Franklin. Oh, this was good.
Oh,
it's on
this
the slide.
is good.
I love how easy he made it
so
look.
relaxed.
Let's watch.
Yeah, hold on. He still got my arm. Doesn't matter.
I'm going to grab that.
Yes,
Thank you.
come with me. Follow me.
Illinois, big win for Being by 23-7. Number 2, Ferrum and Mount Union. Mount Union's Tyrell Sanders. Oh!
Goes over the back.
Look at the angle on this,
You know where
too.
Mount Union is?
Somewhere in Ohio.
It's in Ohio. Let's go.
Well done. Thanks for the quiz.
Here we go.
55-6. Didn't Matt Campbell used to coach at Mount Union, I think? Number 1, Marshall, Virginia Tech. Marshall's Kristen
Again.
Oh, my
he's so
goodness.
relaxed.
Give me that.
That was absolutely rude. Top plays, and now some top sights and sounds from week 2.
One of the greatest venues in all of sports is honoring the greatest college coach of all time.
Wake up, shot.
You get a touchdown. Everybody gets a touchdown.
New Chris psychotic. I'm so iconic.
It's a swing pass to Jake Blue to the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas. Well, it's big boy football.
It's officially the best first half in ACC history.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get ready to go sing that fight song.
It's amazing what one guy can do when he's making plays like this, folks.
This kid really looks good.
I'm so iconic.
Oh, my goodness.
And the Huskies have beaten Notre Dame. It's the biggest win in their history.
What a day it was. Time now for the most coveted individual award in all of sports. It is the college football final helmet sticker. What a Saturday. Lots to choose from. But I'm going to get us started. I'm going to go with one of the military academies. I'm going to go with Navy quarterback Blake Horvath. 234 total yards, 4 touchdowns. But, guys, he is the first Navy quarterback with 3 passing touchdowns first 2 games of the season. I'm going to give Blake Horvath my helmet sticker.
That's amazing. Elijah Stewart from Lafayette, 15 catches, 244 yards. The game-winning touchdown catch with 36 seconds left to beat Monmouth.
Wow, that's a good one.
Let's go with Kyle Monengai. The running back right now went 27, 208, 3 touchdowns. The first Big Ten running back to go over 150 yards in his first 2 games, each of his first 2 games since 2014.
Watch out for Rutgers. They're sneaky this year. My second helmet stick, I'm going Jordan McLeod, Texas State quarterback, transferred in from Boise State, or transferred rather from JMU. We have Texas State on Thursday against Arizona State. 309 total yards, 4 touchdowns. Jordan McLeod, he gets the sticker. We'll see you in San Marcos on Thursday.
Second week in a row, I'm going defense. Xavier Scott from Illinois, 2 interceptions, 1 pick 6. 8 tackles and a sack, fumble for a loss.
I love it.
Against Kansas.
Give me some defense. I don't love your upside-down helmet stickers, both of them, by the way.
Let's stick with defense, though. Nick Martin, Oklahoma
Okay,
State.
I like defense.
16 tackles, 8 solo tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits.
Wow.
Could have been a Cowboy.
Out of 2 offensive guys.
That's how we roll.
Team sticker time. Maybe the easiest team sticker in team sticker history. Congratulations, NIU. You go into South Bend and get your first win against the top 10 team in program history. Making a statement. What a win for NIU. Giving us something to talk about already with a top 5 team that has a loss. For Dan Mullen, I'm not Joey Galloway. You're Joey Galloway.
No, you're not.
We will see you week
That's $1.
3. That's a late $1 with this sticker. See you next time, College Football Final.